Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is November 5th, 2021, 11:35 a.m. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. We do the disclaimer, use allegedly. Nobody's been found guilty yet, kinda. Um, we're applying the but for standard, but for the provocation of Mr. Perry's stalking and harassment and invasion of my privacy and butting into things that are none of his business. One thing after another, drama, drama, drama. There wouldn't be a need for this. These are to document the threats, the harassment, the stalking, the peeping, the hacking, the cloning, the bothering, the crime. This is done at the instructions of law enforcement, Mr. Perry. The same guys that told me Mike Nealey was drugged and didn't kill anybody. Um, so, Mr. Perry, your attention isn't wanted, sir. I don't like you. I'm sick and tired of you trying to contact me when I've asked you to quit. I wouldn't have anything to do with you if you're the last man on earth. I don't think you're a man. I don't. I'm sorry, but I think there's something else going on with you, that you're a little wacky, and you may not even be a man. I mean, I'm not seeing it. I'm sorry. I call it like I see it, and I don't see a man in you. I see somebody who's screwed up. I mean, mentally screwed up as it gets. Just like Ted Bundy, just like John Wayne Gacy. I know that because I've been very involved in this criminal investigation that's been into you for some time for your online peep show. I know a whole lot more about it than most people know. From what I've heard in the recordings of you talking, Mr. Perry, you're screwed up. You're no different than Ted Bundy. You're not. I'm sorry, but I've heard it. Apply the but for standard. We're also going to assert all civil rights, which we shouldn't have to do. We just have civil rights, don't we? New York versus Sullivan versus New York Times. Garrison versus Louisiana. Shouldn't have to do that either, should we? It's a free country. We have the right, no matter what party we're affiliated with, if you're a victim of crime, you have the right to speak out against it. I'm the same as every woman in Me Too. I'm the same as this TikTok girl. This girl right here. I'm no different, Mr. Perry. We wanted you elected so you'd be public. We wanted you elected so we could get detectives right to you. You think you're talking to a voter, you think you're talking to a potential campaign donor. You're talking to a cop. You don't know how many times that's happened, do you? I've said twice, but maybe it's actually 6 times. Maybe it's actually 10 times. Maybe it's actually 20. I don't like you. You're just like that man. To me, you're that man. Romance in your head is not in mine. I can't stand you. You're provoking. So, last night, okay, if somebody, first of all, the use of technology for stalking these days is very prevalent. Hacking, cloning, voyeurism, GPS on your car, GPS on your phone, all that stuff is very common, Mr. Perry. It's not foreign. I'll show you. Hang on. Look at that right there. The use of technology to stalk. I'm not going to play that whole video, but there's the video. There's a whole lot of videos. Look at that. Protecting our privacy, and you've invaded mine, and I do not like it. And that is provocation. When you jam up my computers, when you jam up my Roku, when you jam up my Wi-Fi, I get pissed off. That's provocation. When you start typing in my phone, I hate it. Listen, I don't want to hear from you, Mr. Perry. Your contact is very weirdo, very inappropriate. Very. You disgust me. I'm not in love with you. It doesn't go both ways. The fantasy in your mind isn't in mine. That is what stalking is. You're forcing yourself on a person who doesn't feel the same way you do, and they don't like you. And men who have power can get a date like that. Boom, they got a date. With someone that wants to be on a date, and I don't. I have moved twice, Mr. Perry. I have uprooted my child, spent all day packing, moved to someplace new, have to start all over again. Not one time, but 2 times to get away from you and your delusion and your sicko. I'm sick and tired of you. Listen, everybody is. Everyone is. If I can tell people what you just said, from police telling me Mike was drugged. He didn't do that. Stuff like that, the McNamara email, if I can quote you verbatim and you keep wanting to know who told on you, then we got an ear to the ground in a whole lot of places, and people do not like you, sir. Nor do they like what you're doing to me. They don't like what you're doing to the Millers and the Neelys. And you're pissing off all the wrong people. I matter. You do not matter. When you fuck with me, you get caught. This has been the pattern for now a decade, and you're not getting it. It's very easy to spot. First time in your life this has happened, right? You always want to know who told. I'm not told that. You ask me that every fucking day. You keep trying to talk. No one cares what you think. You are not asked. You are told to get out of my life. Get out of it. Killing a cop that was trying to help me, that's provocation. Listen, nobody cares about you. You're the offender. You're the provoker. You're the aggressor. You're the one causing the problems. You're the one causing the loss. Loss of my privacy. That's going to cause me duress. Loss of money. That's going to cause me duress. Loss of property. That's going to cause me duress. Everyone wants to know, what is your injury? Everyone else gets rejected. Everyone else moves on. That's not a crime. You know what's a crime? Stalking. In all 50 states, sir. All 50 states, it is a crime to stalk. Unwanted male contact. Unwanted male attention. Hang on. Look at this. Look at this. There's more than one of us that post, and that's not your business. Nor is that a crime. It's not a crime to tell people, like every woman in the Me Too movement, like the TikTok girl, this man is doing something to me illegal, and I don't like it. It's causing me injury. I know you think you're a victim. All criminals think that. You are not. Look at this. What is your injury? You were stupid? I mean, look at the pattern, Mr. Perry. For a decade, when you fuck with me, you get caught. There's no date. You're a 10-year reject. There's never going to be a date. I can't stand you. You turn my stomach. Now, there's two things that I was told by the police investigating you. The good ones. Not the bad, corrupt cops. The good cops that know what the fuck they're doing. Mike Nealey was drugged. He slept through the whole fight. It's been, today, let's see, November 4th was the 2-year day when I called man for police and made a report of car vandalism. Don't know who did this. It's likely the man I'm suing. He's a stalker. He's done this to me everywhere I go. I don't know anybody else this weird. That doesn't mean for sure it's him. You have to, you got to investigate. Because just because he did it the last 20 times doesn't necessarily mean he did it this time, right? Past acts. Past acts. I didn't put your name on the police report because I didn't know who did it. But he took my report, and because 6 days later, the chief is dead and he's in jail, I didn't get to testify to tell people. I knew he was drugged before it ever hit the docket. It wasn't made public yet because Mr. Perry's being investigated. Mr. Perry's being investigated for an online peep show. He's like starving women to death, provoking, bothering and pestering and causing drama and problems instead of going to work. Go be normal. You need to prove what you're doing with your time. You will in our courtroom. I don't think you have an alibi. You're going to have to do a whole lot more than just stick some schmuck on the stand to say what you tell him to say, because we all know you like witness tampering. Boy, you try to coerce me every day, and I hate it. I hate it. I don't want to hear from you. I don't care what you want or need or think. I did not ask you that. I asked you to get the hell out of my life, didn't I? I want my privacy back, and I don't like you. Get off me. You make me feel raped, and I don't like it. I don't like you. You turn my stomach. I've heard 4 recordings of you talking about trying to kill me. You think I'm going to go on a date with you now? You need to remember who it is you're talking to. Nobody you know has done what we've done. November 10th, 5 days from now. You shook up people's lives. You ruined them forever. We will never be the same, Mr. Perry, after what you did. What the fuck is your injury? I don't like you. I don't like you because you kill people. Allegedly. I knew Mike was drugged. He didn't have a mark on him. He can't remember anything. He was treated with Narcan for drug overdose, just like I said, months before it ever came out to the public. Before depositions were taken, before it hit the docket. You're a fucking idiot. You're not covering up a damn thing. But you're provoking and provoking and provoking and provoking and provoking. And when you did this to them, you pissed off all the wrong people. There's a lot of people that are on your side. We get that. That's fine. They chose that. I think at some point they're going to wish they hadn't done that. But we're not on your side. We're against you. Because we're against crime. We're trying to relieve suffering that you cause with your crime, Mr. Perry. And if I knew Mike Nealey was drugged, you got the McNamara email, you got the harassment email, you got bond conditions, at which time you said, I am stalking her and I will stop. I just filed that with the state court. What'd you do? Get that fucked up already for me? I haven't checked yet. I'm kind of afraid to. I don't want you in my life. When you contact me, when you invade my privacy, when you cause drama and problems, you're a drama queen. You're a fucking Jerry Springer trailer park trash nothing. When you cause injury to other people, you know what happens, Mr. Perry? We get information like this. Mike Nealey was drugged. He didn't do it. You're going to jail. I don't care what any other cops do. My guys that got me this information are going to put you in jail. Then we don't have to deal with this crap anymore ever again. Mr. Perry, shut up. Will you shut up? I didn't ask you what you thought. I said, don't contact me. Don't contact me. Don't peep, don't hack, don't contact me. You're breaking the law. You have to answer to the guys that got me this information right here. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. These people are going to put you in jail, and you're not going to bother me again. They have a bigger case. Tulsa police had 5 people. My guys have a lot more. You're pathetic. Go through your attorney if you want to talk to me. Don't contact me again. Listen to the words I'm saying. Look at the pattern over the last 10 years. Starting with McNamara email. You got quoted. Harassment email. Everybody in jail knew you were going to harass me and then claim you were being harassed, and then you did it. And I said it before. Every time it's said before, Mr. Perry, not after. When you commit a crime against me, you're not the injured party, sir. Everyone gets rejected. We all move on. Why can't you be normal? You're inept. I do not want you. I do not like you. Get the words I'm saying. When you contact me, the longer you invade my privacy, and you hack, and you peep, and you clone, and you pester, and pester, and pester, and pester, the more injuries you cause me, the more loss, the more drama, the more you get told on. And we get stuff like this. Mike Nealey was drugged, and I said it months before it hit the docket. He was treated with Narcan. And I said 2 things. Mr. Nealey was drugged, and he didn't do this. I said the second thing is he was not tested before being given Narcan. We don't know exactly what all was in his system that caused him to pass out. And then the fight was between Lucky and your people. What'd you give him? He has nothing on him. There's not a mark on him. Nothing. The arrest report says a swollen right hand. You can't have nothing on you but a red, swollen right hand and beat someone to death. It's not possible. And you suborned perjury when you didn't let me testify. And you know what? We got 12 reporters helping us, dumbass. If we had any doubt before that they did this, we don't now. Because she ranted and screamed and yelled for a year. He's harassing me. He's coercing me. He's trying to make me change my story, my testimony, by force, by causing duress, by taking my money, by offering enticements. I'm going to starve you until you take my bribe and lie. If there was any doubt before, there's not now. If he didn't do that, why won't he let her testify? You suborned perjury. Strohm versus United States versus Strohm, United States versus